5, 4, 3.
The signal is cleared and we are going live. This is a special bulletin from the classic Cool Broadcasting Company. Good evening, America. This is Clifton Langford with another bulletin from the world of news, motion pictures, and events shaping our times. In Italy, Allied forces continue their advance following the recent collapse of Mussolini's government. Military observers believe the campaign may soon open a new chapter in the war for Europe. Across the Atlantic, American factories continue operating around the clock as war production reaches record levels. Meanwhile, here in Hollywood, audiences are lining up for some of the year's biggest motion pictures. 20th Century Fox presents The Song of Bernadette, starring Jennifer Jones. Warner Brothers continues to attract audiences with Watch on the Rhine. And throughout the industry, producers are already planning an ambitious new season of films for 1944.
It's finally here, isn't it?
Hollywood remains a city of dreams. And before we leave the world of entertainment tonight, a brief note from America's music scene. Young listeners across the country continue to follow the remarkable rise of Frank Sinatra. Since leaving the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra, the young singer has become one of the most talked about voices on radio. In New York and Los Angeles, teenage admirers have begun gathering in unprecedented numbers whenever Sinatra appears in public. Some newspaper columnists have even coined a new term for these enthusiastic young fans: Bobby Soxers. Meanwhile, band leader Harry James continues drawing large crowds wherever his orchestra performs, while recordings made before his disappearance remain popular reminders of Glenn Miller, whose music still accompanies countless servicemen and families throughout the nation. From dance halls to military camps, from radio sets to jukeboxes, America's soundtrack remains unmistakably swing. And now, here is Sterling Blake.
The morning after our meeting with Fritz Lang, Veronica and I left the Hollywood Hills with more questions than answers. Lang had confirmed what Washington already suspected. The man in the photograph was real. He had existed. And somewhere in Hollywood, he was still here. But it was not Fritz Lang who moved the investigation forward. It was Washington. Shortly after noon, Veronica and I received a message requesting an immediate meeting. The location was discreet, a suite at the Biltmore Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. Waiting for us was an OSS officer carrying a thin brown folder. At first glance, the file seemed almost disappointingly small. Inside were only a handful of photographs, several intelligence reports, and a few typed summaries. But what the folder contained was enough to change everything. The name used in Hollywood was Conrad Schmidt. The name believed to be real was Horst Bachmeier. Born in Munich, member of the Nazi Party since 1934. Associated with the Abwehr from 1938. Connected to networks operating under Nikolaus Ritter. The OSS had been tracking fragments of his movements for months. But one question remained unanswered. Why had he come to Hollywood? The officer closed the folder. Then he looked directly at us.
The timing must be precise.
We no longer believe he's here to observe. The room suddenly felt very quiet. What do you believe? Veronica asked. The officer hesitated, then answered. We believe he's preparing something. The only recent intelligence was an intercepted message. Incomplete, fragmented, but 3 words had survived. Premiere, September. Warner. That was all. Yet it was enough. Somewhere in Hollywood, a plan was already in motion. For the next several days, Veronica and I followed every lead we could find. Premieres, cocktail parties, studio receptions, private dinners, charity events. Wherever Hollywood gathered, Conrad Schmidt seemed to appear. Everyone knew him. Nobody understood who had invited him. Nobody knew where he lived. Nobody knew what he actually did. He simply appeared, smiled, shook hands, and disappeared again. The more we investigated, the stranger it became. Then Veronica noticed something. A woman. At first she seemed insignificant, a face in the background, a figure crossing a lobby, a guest leaving a restaurant. But she kept appearing, again and again. Always near Bachmeier, never close enough to attract attention, never long enough to be remembered. And there was something else. In every photograph, she avoided the camera. No direct portraits, no clear identification. Almost as if she knew exactly where every photographer was standing. The mystery was growing, and time was running out. Then the breakthrough came, the premiere. The message had referred to a specific event, one of the largest premieres Hollywood would host that year. Warner Brothers, September 1943. This is the Army. The film had become a symbol of wartime America. Military officers, government officials, studio executives, reporters, stars. Hundreds of guests would attend. If someone wanted to send a message, there could be no larger stage. The realization was chilling. This was not an assassination. This was an act of terror, a public attack against Hollywood itself. The days leading up to the premiere became a race against time. Veronica followed the mysterious woman. I followed Bachmeier. The closer we got, the more careful they became. Both knew how to disappear. Both knew how to avoid surveillance. And both seemed to know Hollywood remarkably well. Then, 3 nights before the premiere, everything changed. Bachmeier led us to a warehouse not far from the Warner lot. It appeared abandoned, but it was not. Inside, the OSS discovered what we had been searching for, the bomb. The device was ready. The plan was real. And suddenly, every hour mattered.
Film is an incredible piece of work.
The night of the premiere finally arrived. Searchlights swept across the California sky. Limousines lined the boulevard. Photographers crowded the entrance. The Warner Theater glowed like a palace of light. The audience saw glamour. We saw danger. Somewhere among the crowds, Horst Bachmeier was waiting, and so was the woman. The operation unfolded quickly.
I'm ready for this.
Too quickly. The OSS moved in. Veronica spotted Bachmeier first. I saw him seconds later. For the first time since this investigation began, he realized we knew exactly who he was. The chase lasted only minutes, but it felt much longer. By the end of the night, Horst Bachmeier was under arrest. The bomb had been recovered. The premiere would continue. Hollywood had been spared. At least, that was what everyone believed. But while agents focused on Bachmeier, Veronica was watching someone else. The woman. The unidentified woman. She was already leaving. A dark automobile disappeared into the night traffic of Hollywood Boulevard. For one brief moment, Veronica caught sight of her silhouette. Then she was gone. No name, no address, no photograph, nothing.
When the night grows still, still, so still, and the past comes calling, calling. Your favorite series is beginning now.
RetroStory, passport to the past.
Passport to the past. Follow Sterling Blake, brave and bold, journalist, reporter, and secret soul with Veronica Vale.
By his side in love, in danger, nowhere to hide. Retro
The story begins tonight.